Okay, what it do? 2K fans, I'm back with another one of these 2K Pro-Am Road to 50 Wins videos. Now, this game was a great game. It started off rocky, and I just knew it was over at the beginning. Almighty, Krilla, and Buckets McGee. Now, Almighty played a key point in us winning this game. He played a great game throughout it. He started the game off rocky with the miss, just like myself. I started the game off rocky, but me and my guy, we was going toe-to-toe, point for point with one another. Krilla was one of the things that hurt the team, but the biggest hurt for the team was Buckets McGee. And I think it felt more like he was trying too hard, but he was getting beat inside. He couldn't set the edge. He couldn't get the positioning. And that's going to happen sometimes. But it was just more along the lines of like the way he was playing. I just knew that we would lose this game. And I won't say it was because of him, but it was going to be in a large part because of him. But we started, man. I mean, when this game started, it was just more along the lines of keeping my composure and just hoping that, hey, if I can do something to contest and stop people from scoring, I'd be all right. I also had an issue with the camera relative and auto shot contest being enabled. That was a little bit of a problem to me. I don't like auto shot contest being enabled because at the end of the day, it doesn't allow me to contest anything that I want when I want to, and it's going to lead to more fouls when you go up for good blocks or things like that. Now, when it boils down to it, there's a lot of things I've been going over with 2K, and I've thought about a few things that I would love to have seen done in 2K when it comes down to it. One of the things is that I've been thinking about the microtransaction problem that 2K has, and when it comes down to buying VC, I find it to be problematic only because for real, at the end of the day, there were ways they could have introduced microtransactions that would have made more sense, that would have made spending an extra buck or two on the game a more viable choice. So right now, I'm an overall 93, and the grind to 94 is a long and tough one. But one of the things I would have loved to seen them have done is for me to be able to buy experience boosts the same way. And I don't mean the same way that you buy a jump shot boost or dunk boost and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you said, hey, look, you spend a couple dollars and you can get an 8-hour experience boost. So for the next 8 hours, all the things that you do gives you double experience, double rep. I thought that would have been something pretty cool right there. Now, by doing that, a lot of people would probably say, nah, that'd just be them finding a way to do too much with it and locking more content. My thing is that it wouldn't lock anything for real, because the experience boost would just allow people to, for those who don't have, 12 hours a day to play 2K, but they don't want to sit up here and not have a chance of getting their characters to 99 or 98, that experience boost, being able to buy those experience boosts when you want to and utilize them when you want to, so you can buy an 8-hour experience boost or 6-hour experience boost, even a 1-day experience boost, or even a 7-day experience boost. A lot of the free-to-play games, because a lot of these microtransactions, companies and paid-to-play games, they get the ideas, the concepts from free-to-play games. But they wonder why people chastise it more so often than not. Because see, here's the thing: in a free-to-play game, I don't need to buy an experience booster and everything like that. I just deal with the grind of grinding for my experience and leveling up at a slower rate. But you can, for those who want to, they say, okay, I got me a whole day off, I kind of want to grind out some experience, I'll buy a 24-hour boost and really just like get my experience up, get my levels up, in the course of this day. You saw that double move, take it straight inside on 3 men like they wasn't nothing. When it boils down to it, I believe that doing something in this aspect, doing something in this direction would be a positive note for pay-to-play games, because microtransactions aren't going anywhere. So for pay-to-play games to use something like, you can get a 7-day experience booster, because at the end of the day, those who will complain and say, well, then those who play the game, forever, they'll just buy those experience boosters and still be far ahead. It ain't about them being far ahead and everything like that. The experience booster basically allows you to gain experience at a quicker rate so you can gain more experience in a shorter time. It helps mostly those who don't have the same amount of time to play the game, who don't have the same amount of free time to get it in and enjoy themselves. So when it boils down to it, I wouldn't mind seeing 2K take a path like that, try something like that to get it going for themselves, and to kind of just really include a microtransaction format that works, that is actually worth someone saying, all right, well, I don't mind paying $5 or $10 and everything to get me some extra experience, to get me an experience booster for 6 days, for 7 days, and things like that. You know, so it's because, I mean, let's really look at it. You look at the concept of their double rep weekend or double rep day, and you think about all the times that they happened. The only one where it was kind of like it was pretty cool was the Thanksgiving one. That was only because it was 4 days. Like, the double rep started on Thanksgiving Day and went all the way through the weekend. But when it boils down to it, they did it again on Christmas, and then they did it again on New Year's. And here's the funny thing about it: both them days fell on a Sunday. So, like, why would you do double rep day for just the one day, as opposed to doing it for that weekend? I mean, Thanksgiving didn't fall on a weekend; it was on a Thursday. So when it boils down to it, they don't really know what they're doing when it comes down to utilizing double rep and increasing people's ability to play the game. But by allowing someone to buy an experience booster pack or something like that, you would increase the longevity of people playing the game and things like that. Because when you look at it and say, man, this is gonna be a grind right here, you know, I got the day off, but I'm not trying to spend it, you know what I'm saying, getting nowhere playing 2K and not getting my levels up and things like that. You know, here's the thing: we all know that you earn more experience playing Pro-Am than you do playing My Career. So it's more along the lines of, it's like, you know what, I'm if I got the ability to use a double rep experience booster for 24 hours or for 7 days, with whichever one I feel like buying, then I'm going to essentially go with that 7 day rep and just grind out some rep over, and I can grind out some rep over the next 4 or 5 days and still get some great levels up and everything like that. It just depends on the money you feel like spending on it. So, you know, I would love to see them take that line. You know, I can't wait to see what else we have in store when's the next double rep day, because getting to 94 is a task and a half. Now in this fourth quarter, here's where the game kind of really got put together after Skrilla or Krilla and Buckets McGee were kicked. Almighty and myself, we managed to take these 3 computers and really make it work, really get the buckets going, bring this game back to within 3, because at one point we were down by 10, we were down by 12, we were down by 11, we were down by double digits for a good portion of the game. Second quarter, this team outscored us 24-16, and we only had, in all of our quarters, we scored less than 18 points, and then it was the third quarter when we started doubling it up. Now we scored 20 points, and in the last quarter we scored, I think, about 13 points. But at the end of the day, we kept their scores lower in the third and fourth quarter. So they were still able to get some shots up. I was doing a better job at shutting my man down. He went inside, and when my man Almighty, he comes up and helps out with the defensive contest. And then I grab the ball, we come back the other way. I started doing a little too much, but then I kick it to him. He slows it down, hits him with a quick move, pull up, bang. You couldn't really stop him once he started getting it going. And so I wasn't gonna try and stop him. I was gonna get him, feed him the rock as often as possible, because at the end of the day, like I said, he brought us back in this game. He gave us the opportunity to win. And I was like, you know what? Gotta keep feeding him. I take it inside and I go for this double clutch layup. I wanted to hand one, but I get the bucket. Now in this game, it's ours for the taking. 40 seconds left, 64-63 their way. We're just trying to get a nice stop with enough time to actually make a move and do something good with the ball. They start fumbling around. They kick it inside. Computer with the block. Once again, great defense. We force the shot clock violation. Almighty brings it up, resets the play. He holds it. He decides he's going to try to make something happen. And I said, all well and cool. He sets the screen by the computer, kicks it over to me. I go for the game winner. Oh, and I just bricked it slightly early, wide open. The computer kicks it back out, and Almighty cashes out, giving us the 2-point lead. And only 9 seconds left in the game. They wanted to force something inside, smart play to try to get the game going to overtime and everything like that. We get the rebound, and it's game over. We get this win. Once again, another great game on the road to 50 wins. I got 10 wins left to go. I will be streaming some of those wins, and I think it's going to be the tail end of those wins. I'm going to try to record a few more of them and get y'all that footage as well. Like I said, I got more games that I am editing, I am recording. I got a new game that's supposed to come out next month that I can't wait to get my hands on and try to get that footage out for y'all. I gotta contact the developers to find out if it's okay if we stream or record that game and upload footage. But you know, until the next time, man, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Let's see if we can start knocking these videos out daily.